That picture should not ever see the light of day again. Hi, everyone. My name is Ryle Galindez. I'm a junior who goes to Southside, and I've been coming to New Life Church for about 9 years now. If you guys didn't know, me and my family, we came from the Philippines, and the start of my journey here, it was just not the start that I've been wanting. I mean, imagine being 8 years old, sitting through 3 different plane flights, and it was just 27 hours long, and some of you can't even wait 2 minutes for your food at the McDonald's window. So when we came here, we had language barriers, culture shock, there was jet lag, and it was just not the perfect start that I was wanting. And before I was devoted to Christ, before I said yes, I came to youth. But I sat in the back. I didn't interact with anyone, and that was the start of my journey. That was the start of the journey that I now love and I cherish. Michael actually had to set up stanchions for me because I kept sitting in the back while everyone was in the front. And me being me, I just ducked under and hid in a corner back there. And that was when he just told me, hey, these are specifically for you. Please do not sit back there. So sometimes I think about inventions that the human race has invented, and the one that stuck out to me was the key. The key has a bunch of notches, it has latches, and it's just this really great invention. It opens your doors, it opens your cars, and it just really interested me. During my first time serving is where I got my first key, my first spiritual key. My parents forced me to volunteer for VBS, which I wasn't happy about. In fact, back then when I found out, I was mad, but not as mad as the Alabama fans who lost last week to FSU. I was mad that I couldn't stay home during the summer like the rest of my classmates, and I was mad that I didn't get the summer I wanted. I didn't want to learn, I didn't want a relationship with Christ, and I tried to live a lukewarm life, but the Lord slammed that door. He told people in this church to continue inviting me, to continue making space for me. And that was when I realized that this place was my home. In God's house, you're not just a guest. You're not just a son or a daughter. You are a daughter of Christ. And when you're given the keys, you're trusted to take care of the family and help build it. Psalms 92:13 says, those who are planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. I've seen some people who build this church also serve their hearts out for the community. And serving was a big part of my upbringing. It grew my relationship with the Lord, and it has shown me different people have different experiences and different life choices, but no matter how different we may be, everyone can be restored in our God. For me, I've learned to be more confident. I've learned to talk to more people, and I've caught myself praying for the people that I didn't really like. That's when I realized that God was using me too. This summer, I had the privilege to come to Alaska and teach the kids there. The first few days, I was honestly just letting everyone else do the work. And by the end of the week, I'm the one calling people over. I'm the one taking photos. And I'm telling them, hey, come worship with us, connecting with people and leading them towards God. If someone didn't use their key to let me in this church, I wouldn't have been able to participate in that. Philippians 2:13 says, for it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his purpose. Church, some of you might have had the door open for them already, but you still haven't said yes to accepting him as your Lord. My yes was when I came to Alaska. I have some photos, which was already shown, and it was amazing. God used my yes to reach kids' hearts in Alaska. Because of my yeses, I came to Collide, and I encountered God. Because of my yeses, that quiet kid at church camp is now sitting in the front, preaching his heart out. Because of my yes, he went from sitting to the back to going to the front, actually starting chants, doing dances. Because of my yes, I encountered God. I was the quiet guy who thought my voice didn't want to be heard, and maybe you guys are too. But that shouldn't stop us from letting God use us. God used me to lead middle schoolers through Christ. He used me to show these Alaskan kids God's grace, and he used me to show the people at our community our God's love. God used me, and he can use you too. Listen, I'm planted in God's house, and this is where I've found my home. When you serve, you're not just helping. You're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. You are helping build his kingdom. You are helping change lives. The power of invitation is so powerful Because if we didn't get invited to this church, I wouldn't be confident that I would be this rooted in Christ, this fired up for the Lord. Luke 14:13 says, "Go out quickly into the streets and to the alleys of the town. Bring in the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind." Church, tomorrow isn't promised. We can't keep leaving our spiritual keys at home and telling ourselves that we'll invite people next week. We need to do it today. That family friend that invited us used her key and opened doors with opportunities for people to see God's love. Before I end, I want to ask you guys one thing. How will you use your key?